What is going on, guys, and welcome to the Chelsea versus Tottenham review. Today we beat our London rivals Tottenham 2-1, and we move back to the top of the table, back where we belong. It's been an incredible day of football. What an incredible game at the Liberty Stadium. 5-4. Swansea City won it in the end. Heartbreak for Pardew's men, but that's really not that's in no way relevant to us. What a performance, though. What a game, shall I say, from Swansea and Palace, rather than a performance by either of the two sides. But today, we had a job. City had won, Liverpool had won. There was pressure on us to win, to go top of the table, and we delivered. We didn't at the start. The first half was poor. I'm not going to lie to you. We were slow out of the blocks. We were sluggish in possession. Alonso was terrible. Pedro wasn't great in the first half. Victor Moses just wasn't getting the ball. He was doing more defending than he was anything else. And we just looked a little bit shaky. We conceded our first goal. Our first goal in fucking 6-7 games in the Premier League, to Christian Eriksen. It was a stunner, but they deserved it. You have to say they absolutely deserved the goal. You can't. Yeah, I mean, they deserved the goal. It's as simple as that. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It was a great start from Tottenham. One that we didn't expect. I know a lot of Chelsea fans expect us to waltz over Tottenham today, and I was a little bit more realistic. I knew that would never happen, and that it was still going to be a tough game because it's always going to be a tough game against Tottenham. But the start was not acceptable. It's as simple as that. And we had a similar start against Middlesbrough last week, but because we were against Middlesbrough, it didn't really matter. But I mean, to be honest, up until the 44th minute, I thought, oh my God, this is another Liverpool-Arsenal game. We're being undone, and God help us next week against Manchester City. And then strikes Pedro. Last season he was written off. Everybody said what a terrible signing. This season he has simply been incredible, and the goal he scored today was a fantastic goal. That's all I can say. You've got to go check it out. It was an incredible goal. It was a curler. It was beautiful, and it brought us on level terms. We scored at the best time possible. The best time to score. You ask any player, any person in football, when's the best time to score when you're behind? They will tell you just before half time. It completely changes the face of the game. And to be honest, if we wouldn't have got that goal, I really don't know what would have happened in the second half. Tottenham could have ran away with it, or could have got a second goal, and then who knows where it would have gone. But we got ourselves back on level terms, and we came out in the second half, and we were inspired. Victor Moses he was just incredible. Again, man of the match today. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But Costa comes down the left-hand side. I don't know who's taught him, to be so good on the ball. That's where I always thought, even in his first season, a couple of seasons ago, I did think that the only thing stopping Costa from being world class is his on the ball play, if that makes any sense. How he is with his feet. That's what sets him where he's a little bit below the likes of, and I know Aguero is a different player, but you know what I mean. Just a little bit below. When he gets the ball, can he run past players? Can he create chances? And that was a superb bit of play from Diego Costa, and that's what he's done all season. I don't know what Conte's done to it. I mean, it's just incredible. He's been inspired. He didn't get a goal today, but it didn't matter. He was again. Apologies about that. He was. Well, again, just inspired today, and no goal, but up there with Moses for man of the match. And Moses was the one who came on from the cross, and you're never going to miss from there. You just got to put power on, and it will find its way in the back of the net. Took a deflection off Vertonghen or something along those lines, and went into the back of the net. I'm going to just say thank God we won, because otherwise I would not watch Match of the Day, which means I'd miss Swansea versus Palace, which I don't want to miss. So I don't think we're going to be game number 1 on Match of the Day, but anyway. So yeah, just what a great goal. So deserved from Victor Moses, who's been, in my opinion, I'm not exaggerating when I say this, him and Diego Costa are the best players in the league right now, and that is me not exaggerating at all. I know people probably laugh at that, but I genuinely do believe that top players linking up for a fantastic afternoon, fantastic goal. And as I say, wasn't great from us today. We didn't perform well, a bit like against Middlesbrough, sloppy in the first half, better in the second half. But at the moment, when we get in front, we just don't look like we're going to lose the game. And, you know, the big test is going to be next week. I've been saying it. It didn't matter what the result was today. The big test for me is next week. You know, if we can have a good result, and that doesn't necessarily mean a victory. If we can get a draw at Man City, I'm not saying that I want to go for a draw, but you know what I mean? If we get a point at Man City and we've played well, then I will say, you know what, we are genuinely title contenders. And if we beat Man City, we are without shadow of a doubt title favourites. So I've had a terrible week on fantasy football. Oh my good God. Listen to this, right, lads. Foster in goal got me 3 points. Mustafi's playing Bournemouth tomorrow. David Luiz 1 point. Van Dijk playing Everton at home tomorrow. Chadley 1 point. Gundogan is 0. I assume he didn't play, which means Charlie Daniels will come in. Oh God. Coutinho out as captain. Well, that went well, didn't it? Well, that's 2 points for captain. Hazard 2 points. Austin tomorrow. Lukaku tomorrow. And Costa with 5. Should have kept Costa's fucking captain. What a retard I am. Anyway, so yeah, I'm reliant on Lukaku and Austin to bag a couple of goals. Who knows? Let's hope they can. They're both playing each other. So, but one of them you would have to say law of averages is going to surely going to fucking score. And even if it's a clean sheet, if it's a 0-0, Van Dijk will at least get me some points. So it's not all lost yet, but it's pretty much all fucked. What about shit? Well, I suppose if Arsenal and Bournemouth are playing each other, hopefully one of the teams keeps a clean sheet. Maybe 0-0, that'd be perfect because they're both. Anyway, completely gone off topic. But yeah, test is next week against Manchester City. Away from home is a big game. If we can win that, I mean, God, if we win that, we are then a force because Liverpool I'm not convinced about. If we win next week, we're 4 points away ahead of Manchester City, and we've got a very good run of fixtures. I went over it last week, and we have got a good run. And that doesn't mean anything. You know, the easy fixtures you're going to lose in the Premier League. There's nothing easy in the Premier League. But even still, you know, it's... Oh, fuck's sake. Even still, you know, it's nice to have a good run of football when we're playing in the type of football that we are playing right now. It's a big test next week. We don't want to lose next week and then go into a good run of fixtures because then, you know, you never know what happens. Lose another game and, oh my God, we're in crisis.com. But yeah, I mean, if we can... I've said this for a couple of months. Well, I've said this really. I believe this season, whoever is top at Christmas will win the league. And I believe if we beat Manchester City next week, we'll be top at Christmas. And City haven't looked good recently. You know, Burnley, they struggled today. They did get the victory. But can David Luiz get Aguero in his back pocket? And, you know, can we play a bit like what we did? Not necessarily today. We need to dig in. We need to be fired up for that game. And I hope we are because it's a big game. But we are top of the table. We've got loads of time to worry about that. So I'll talk a little bit more about the Manchester City game on my preview next week. You know, January, acquisitions that we need. We need somebody in that left wing back position for me. We definitely do. We need another left wing back and possibly, you know, well, no, just another left wing back really. It's the only area at the moment that I can see requiring strengthening, possibly the centre back area, but obviously Zuma's coming back. So yeah, that would be the only position really, because Alonso I thought was poor today. Had a great chance to make it 3-1 and wrap the game up, and he missed it. But yeah, overall a good performance. Well, not a great performance, a good result against London Rovers. And Conte on the touchline is just he's just extraordinary. I thought Kante was pretty average today. And an average day for Kante is a crisis, really. But yeah, I'm going to end the video here, lads. No clean sheet. Clean sheets run is over. But in the Premier League, I believe we've won like 7 games in a row. I mean, maybe 6. Maybe I can't count. I honestly don't know. But we're on fire. 31 points in the Barclays Premier League. And we sit top next week. It's first versus second, unless Liverpool have overtaken Man City, which I think they have. It's first versus third or second. Chelsea versus Man City, or Man City versus Chelsea, sit the wrong way around. It's a big game. Whoever wins that wins the league. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. That sounds retarded. Whoever wins that wins the league, but I genuinely think whoever wins that has to be favourite for the league. As simple as that. It'll be a ball draw. I can tell. See you next week. I'll try to do a preview. Why am I whispering? I'll do a preview next week, lads. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.